I feel like everybody in this town has one thing that they hope nobody ever hears.
sees. Yeah. No, I agree.
What's your one song that you hope nobody ever hears?
Oh, I mean, it's all on there.
It's a music video.
I do remember when you had like a little goatee or something.
Oh, man. It was brutal.
Grab the KY, get yourself ready. You got some sliding to do. Hanging out with TL and the boys, maybe some critters too. So get your phone and get on the gram. You know where to find the man. Slide into the DMs, girl, what's on your mind? Slide into the DMs, but baby, take your time. Slide, slip it on in. Here we go again. DM Monday.
Welcome back to the DM Monday podcast, episode 42. Trey Lewis here with Mitch Wallace. Bonner couldn't make it today. We've got our guest today. Good friend of mine, known him for a long time. There's still some things that I don't know about him, but y'all give it up for Reid Haughton. Yeah, woohoo.
Let's go.
Yeah.
How you doing, dude?
Great. Glad to be here.
So what were we
Been
talking
looking forward to
about
this.
right before this? Oh yeah,
the whole
you got
world is
food
talking about it.
poisoning.
Yeah, that's what it was. At the NASCAR race on Sunday,
What'd you eat
I ate Taziki's, not to
at
knock.
the race?
No, before the race.
Oh,
Because
is
it
that
was,
what did
you
it?
know. But yeah, I ate a Taziki's and then I went to the race. And,
Taziki's.
Yeah.
Dude, that place
Something-
looks like it'll give you food poisoning. I don't eat that kind of shit. I'm a picky eater.
I don't know. Well, I'm not going to be eating it again, to say the least, because it destroyed me at the NASCAR race. But
Do you know what wouldn't have done that? Chick-fil-A.
that's right. Yeah. I think that's one of the few safe bets, like, for me right now, coming off
Yeah.
of this.
Did you start
Problem.
feeling bad at the race where you're like started sweating and like,
Oh, dude.
feeling
I
bad?
mean,
Or
I was
throwing up?
completely fine. I got there, had a couple beers, was hanging out, and all of a sudden, like a ton of bricks just boom. I was like, I got to go to the bathroom for a second. I stood up and took 2 steps and almost threw up all over myself. Like,
Really?
yeah, it was bad, dude. And then I was just like on and off, but I was like trying to fight through it because one of my friends came into town, and then Caroline had never been to a NASCAR race before. And we were all having a good feeling that Ross was going to win because he was having a good day.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't be the one who bums out on this. Like, so I just fought it out, but it was pretty brutal.
Did you throw up a couple more times?
Oh yeah. And also, like, when Ross won, I was like sprinting to his pit box.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And like when I got there, it just hit me again, which there was like a porta pot behind the thing, thank
Dang.
God. But yeah, I was spewing, but
I'd have been like, sorry, man, I'm going home.
all in the name of Ross Chastain.
Did
Yeah.
you tell anybody it was happening, or did you just kind of keep it on the
Oh,
low?
they knew because I was down bad. I couldn't even, like, I was like, I can't talk to y'all. Like, I was having to keep my
Dang.
distance from everyone.
Now Ross is the guy that did the video game move, right?
Yeah, around the wall, yeah.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
there's a name for that. They call it
There was a video that went viral.
Oh, it was called the Hell Melon.
the Hell Melon.
Yeah.
Yeah, he like won this NASCAR race. He like
Yeah, weren't people mad at him for that or something?
Well, people have been mad at Ross about a lot of stuff, but it's mostly just because he drives aggressive, which like everyone should, in my opinion. Like, you're trying to win, right?
Kyle Busch. I mean, you know.
Yeah, we got to get
Whatever.
Ross on here.
I don't know the ins and outs of NASCAR, but I know that I'm cheering for Ross, so I'm definitely biased.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, I played that game
Yeah.
pretty good bit, but like there's like this thing where like when you're playing the game, if you like drive into the wall, you'll just slingshot around and pass everybody. And he actually did it in real life and got into the
pretty cool.
points
Yeah,
and made the playoffs
What
by
he
doing
did
that.
did not look. It looked completely like a
Like
video
you put
game.
your car in the wall and it's like scratching
Damn.
and sparks are flying everywhere.
Yeah.
And
You can just floor it that way because it doesn't
probably
matter.
put the video up like right here. It's pretty cool.
Put it right here.
I feel like
Yeah,
McIlwain
right there.
is like the guy on Rogan that's like has all the answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But McIlwain just
I
has
definitely
beers
don't.
over there.
But yeah, anyways, I also saw that you got engaged. Congrats. I meant to tell you
I
last
did.
night, but
I feel like the weight of the world's off my shoulders now.
how long you been planning that one?
Planning it just for like, I don't know, 6 months or so. But it's tough, because I only had like one weekend that I could go talk to her dad that I was off the road. And
Yeah.
then like one weekend, well, I mean, I got a couple now, but like this was like the first weekend I had a chance to do it. So I was like, I'm doing it now before something pops up. And then of course, like we got a ton of show offers for this weekend. Like when I
Yeah.
knew I was going to, you know how it goes. But yeah, I finally got the chance to do it. So
What was it like talking to her dad?
Yeah.
Was he kind of like, I knew this was coming, or?
Yeah. I mean, we've been dating a real long time. So, I mean, I think he knew what I wanted for sure. Like when I was coming over there or whatever.
Yeah.
It was cool. I mean, he was chill. He didn't like try to like.
I mean, how did you lay it all? How did you lay it out? Where you're like, look, man, I think you know that I love your daughter, and like I want to marry her, and I want to ask for your blessing.
I feel like in those kind of situations, I'm not really good at like putting something together. So I just literally walked in there and was talking to him, and then I mean, probably felt more awkward than I did.
Yeah,
you know, honestly. Yeah. He was like, "So what are you here for?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here to ask you if I can marry Caroline." Yeah, like, I mean.
Was her mom in the room too, or did you pull him aside?
No. I don't think he wanted to be around them because I think he knew it like make him emotional. You know?
Yeah.
Did she figure it out, or was she still kind of not knowing at that point?
Caroline?
Yeah. Did she know you went and saw her dad? Didn't know what it was for?
I think she might have known because I think I was like coming home from a show and
she
like
probably has your location.
There. No. I made her stop tracking me a while back, like when I was gonna get the ring because I knew. Yeah, she's super nosy.
Yeah,
nosiest person I know. Yeah, that's also why the ring wasn't at my apartment until like last week. I kept it at my parents. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like you're not allowed to have Snapchat or anything.
Well, oh no, I wouldn't. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like she definitely would be digging for that ring. Like I feel like if I was in the shower, I'd be like, what is she doing?
Well, you told me last night too, like if it was at your house, you're the type of person that would just be like, fuck it, here you go.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why I'm wired like that, but
I'm the same way, dude. I don't care about
something's like giving me anxiety or whatever, you know, if it's like something that I'm having to think about, I'm like, I'm just going to do it right now. Yeah. That's like, she came home from work and started in on why haven't you proposed? She's going to kill me for saying this. Anyway, that's okay. She's like what's going on? Like it's taking forever. Like why won't you propose?
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, I don't think I want to go to the winery, which is where I did it.
Yeah.
She was just like, I'm tired. I think I'm just going to chill. And like, I didn't know I couldn't be like, no, you have to go. So I was like, okay. And that really threw her off. I think she was testing me, you know?
Yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, I was like, I'm about to just go give her the ring right now.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm about to just do it right here in the living room. And I texted my mom and told her I was about to do it. And my mom was like, do not do that. She was like, I will be so mad if you do that. So anyways, I convinced her to go to the winery.
Yeah.
And
was it just y'all two?
When we got out there, we were sat down for maybe 30 seconds. And I was like, she like looked away at something. And I was like, I can't wait any longer. Yeah. I was like, here you go. I couldn't wait. And I told her, I was like, I wanted to drink the wine and I had a lump in my throat that was not letting that happen. So I had to just get it off my chest, you know?
Yeah, right, now we can enjoy our dinner.
Did anybody see, like, did they cheer and stuff? Or
no, and like we didn't have any like photographer there or anything, but we just it all worked out perfect. Like Arrington, the winery is this big hill that like leads down to the vineyard or whatever. Right. And we got there and you're like at the top and you get the wine or whatever. And we came.
Wait, so she was asking you there, like, why haven't you proposed?
No. At my apartment. Yeah. Which is hilarious.
Like the same day.
Yeah. Like hours before. Like I literally said, if you will just hang on a minute.
Yeah. Like, just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Give me an hour.
But we walk down this hill and like there's, a few people out there. And like I see this one table that's like under this tree, like in the perfect spot. And I'm walking, I'm like, dang, we're going to have to sit somewhere else. This dude just stands up and looks at me and goes, y'all want this table? We're about to leave. And I was like, huh? Well, here we go. I was like, this is perfect. So it was like,
thanks, God.
Perfect. So, yeah, I was like, thank you, God. Worked out perfect.
We hate sitting here. You guys want to sit here?
Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. But, in typical Reid fashion, I had no plan and it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Did you then be like, I told you, just give me a little bit?
Oh yeah. Well, she was messing with me so much about it that when I proposed, I had to say like, I promise this is not because of earlier. Like I had this plan because I feel like she would have thought like, oh no, damn, did I just talk you into that?
Yeah. That's great, man.
What'd your parents say? Were they pretty stoked about it?
Yeah, man. And they came up, my mom and dad and sisters and her mom and dad and brother came up and we went and ate.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
It was great. I'm looking forward to the rest of it, but I'm glad I don't have to plan like the wedding side of it. I'm glad that's her deal.
Yeah, that's all her.
That doesn't sound fun.
You're still going to have to say whether you like this or that better, Don't ever say, I don't care.
Yeah. Which she's pretty good about planning. I mean, because that's like her job anyways. Like she works in event planning, like not necessarily just weddings, but she plans events for work. So
are y'all both from the same hometown?
No, she's from a town called Hamilton, which is like the rival high school.
Where are you from? I was trying to tell somebody last night. I don't know what part of Alabama.
I'm from Haleyville.
That's
which if you're from there, you say Haleyville.
Yeah, and that's where Winston Ramble's from, right?
Yep, Winston Ramble's from there, and my hometown is the home of 911.
Oh, nice.
What does that mean?
Like the first 911 call in America, I guess, was...
That's the free state, right?
Yeah, the free state of Winston also. Like, my home county, like, seceded from the Civil War as a whole.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure I'll mess up the history if I try to talk too much about it, but that's...
So the first 911 call.
The first 911 call, and people always ask what it was for, and I say if I had to guess, it'd probably be, like, domestic violence or a meth lab explosion.
Moonshine still.
But who knows, man? I don't know.
Is it big? Like where you're from? Is it a large population?
No.
How many people did you graduate with?
4,000 people is what the population has said for probably the last 30 years.
Yeah.
And there ain't no way it's growing.
Nobody's going around asking.
Yeah, nobody's knocked on my door.
Yeah.
I graduated with like 125 people, and I think that's like pretty average. But like we're the only school you can go to. There's no other.
I mean that drive out there is like whatever that wherever you get off on 65 and don't you just take
on I-22?
Yeah, it's just forever, dude.
It would take you all the way to Tupelo or whatever, Memphis, I guess. Yeah,
it's wild. So me and you originally met in Auburn at Mitch's thing, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Did he play that thing?
He did play that benefit thing I set up.
That must have been when we met. I don't know. I was telling somebody the other day. I just remember like you were like the first person who like sent me a message or anything and was like, yo, if you ever need any help or like need to ask somebody some questions, holler at me.
Yeah. And
at the time I just kind of thought like, oh, whatever. And then I realized like a week or two later, like I was going to have a lot of questions, you know?
Yeah.
So that was super helpful. But I don't remember. I guess it was probably at Mitch's thing. It had to have been in Auburn.
Yeah. Cause it was like you, Clay and Ella, y'all were like the only, and Reid, I'm not Reid, but, Blaine Rudd. Mm-hmm. Blaine Rudd was like the older, like the guy that had some experience. And
I felt like it was like
y'all's crew.
You and Blaine were like the only people I knew personally who knew what they were doing at all, you know?
Yeah.
And Blaine had like at that time he had just like came off of a break of playing music, like he got married,
he just started back,
and stuff.
I mean,
because like Blaine was literally he was playing music and shit way before I was. I mean, like
was he?
Like the Sky Bar level, you know what I mean? Like Mcilwain used to play with him back in the day, didn't you?
I did a couple shows,
like Supper Club and all that stuff. Like I never played Supper Club.
Yeah, I mean, Blaine kind of taught me how to write songs.
Yeah,
like a little bit. I mean, a lot. Really. I mean, I wrote "Ain't Close to Anywhere" with him, which was like one of the first songs I put out. And
no, the first song you put out was "Make You Mine." That's the best song.
But I'm saying one of the first. Anyways, Blaine like really helped me at least figure out the co-writing situation. Like, I had no idea what that was like, and just writing songs on like a much higher level. Yeah, you know. But I don't really know how I would have got involved in all that if it wasn't for him. I don't really remember how we met, but I think he just invited me to his house and was like, "Let's write." And I had no idea really what I was doing, but I was like, "Sounds good." I mean, I knew I liked his song, so if we got something that was like his, I would like it, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
When did you get your first instrument? Guitar? I
started playing when I was 7 or 8.
Oh, really? I didn't know you've been playing that long.
I mean, I say playing. I started taking lessons. Yeah. Like my neighbor.
So you've known for a long time you wanted to play music, or was it?
Yeah, my whole life. I don't really. I basically went from like I'm going to be a fireman to I'm going to be a musician. You know, what I mean? You know, like whatever I wanted to be as a kid, it was like I don't really remember. Yeah, it was always music. I don't think I really had the guts to like say that probably until I was in college, though. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
What made you say it? You just got to college and started playing.
That it actually worked to some extent, I guess. You know that people cared.
You kissed a girl. You played a girl. You played a song. Kissed a girl.
I mean, a lot of things, I guess.
Were you playing out before? When did you start playing out to people?
So I started playing in church in 7th or 8th grade. Cool. So I was like the worship leader of the youth group from then until I graduated, because like that was the only outlet to play.
Yeah.
My hometown was a dry county until like 2012 or something.
Oh, wow.
Like there's no bars. The only bar in town now is a Mexican restaurant. But there was like no outlet to play at all. And I was going to be there anyways. So I was like, yeah, I'll play. So that
is that when you found out you had a voice as well?
Oh, actually, so I never intended to like sing at all. Like I just wanted to be a guitar player.
Yeah.
As a kid, that's what like drew me into music, was just like guitar. But my guitar teacher at church, he had this thing like once a month, everybody would have to get in the room and sing a song, but it wasn't for the singing. He just wanted us to be able to like keep rhythm, you know? But it was cool because there was like a rule, like nobody was going to laugh and mess with each other. People would sing horribly, but like sing it out, you know, which was great for learning how to play guitar. So we would all do that. And then
what song would you sing? What was your first song? You remember? You
back then, nervous. I mean, it was a lot of real basic church stuff. I don't like what we were doing in that class, but
here I am to worship.
I think it was like more. It was like hymns that were like really dumbed down, you know. Just so they could be like super simple. But so I was singing in that, and then I, realized that when I was at home or playing or whatever, like people wanted to hear you play a song and not just rip, you know. Which I mean, I love guitar playing, but my family wanted to hear me sing, I guess, and like people that were hanging out. But
does anybody in your family sing?
Nobody. I always say the only other artist in my family is my grandmother. She's a painter. Yeah. But no,
that's funny, dude. Because like, I mean, Reid can sing, dude. He's not like
nobody like. And from as far as I know, I don't think I've never ran across anybody in my family, which I think like. My like great uncle started playing guitar like in his 60s or so. But I'm literally the only person musician. Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, Reid's voice is way bigger than you are.
I think
your voice
that's hilarious because I feel like I've gotten a lot of reactions where if somebody hears me sing before they see me, they look at me like, what?
I've shot content for. A lot of people in this town, and you're the only person that like your voice completely filled the room we were in, and you're the only person where I've been like, damn, maybe I need to turn the volume down on my camera. Like everyone, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I hope this picks up well, or oh, this is definitely gonna pick up. With you, I'm like, damn, is he gonna clip this mic? Like he is fucking singing. Yeah,
it's like it's like that's one thing I realized last night. We did Mcilwain Monday at the Rusty Nail, and like I know everybody in there was talking, and having a good time because we were all friends. But like when Reid starts singing, it seems like it just seemed like everybody just like listened, Like when I was up there singing, I couldn't hear, but it sounded like you could fucking hear yourself. You know what I mean?
Well,
like you weren't off key, like you were like dead on, dude. It was awesome.
Well, I don't know how good any of that is, but I think one reason that I like sing so loud is because going back to like how I started playing is like. My family back home has like a big group of friends. So like they're all over every weekend. And it's, 20, 30 people at the house hanging out. Yeah. And they're loud all the time. Yeah. But they always wanted me to be playing. And I don't know why, but we just never thought about plugging in. I guess because that might be too much, Yeah. So I think that's kind of how I started singing so loud, was that I was trying to get on top of the crowd noise. And I guess it just stuck around. But something I try to.
So you got to play. You got to play in front of people in a safe space. Yeah. Really, kind of before you went to a show and put it all out there. Do you think that helped you with your first couple shows? That like you were like, oh, whatever. I've done it for all these friends. I could do it for all these college kids.
I think it helps mostly, but I think it might hurt a little bit because not everybody's gonna like you.
Yeah. And back home, everybody's gonna tell you they like you.
Yeah, back home,
what.
Everybody's gonna like you, and it ain't always going to be like that on the outside. But definitely. And it just helped to be able to like, even though it was people I really knew personally, to be able to read a crowd and see what songs they like and don't like. You know? That was like a whole thing to learn that I maybe wouldn't have thought about till much later, know?
Yeah.
That was really cool to be able to do. Yeah. They're super supportive. I don't know if I would have be here without them for sure.
So is make you mine about your fiance?
Yeah, I get. I It may honestly
because y'all dated in like high school.
I think though that I wrote that song when I was like 15 or 16.
Oh wow.
I might have written that song like pre-Caroline.
Yeah, but
we'll say it's about.
But
it.
you like recorded it in Auburn when you were in
I
school.
recorded it with Josh Bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Did you sing it to her at Auburn?
Shout out Josh Bright.
Yeah, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Did you sing it to her though at Auburn? Like it was about her?
Yeah, well, probably in high school. I mean,
Y'all dated in high school.
Dude, I vividly remember sitting on my bedroom floor writing that song and not knowing what writing a song was, really.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a great song.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, I think it's
I
funny.
love that song.
It's funny compared to like where my mind's
Where
at now.
you're at now.
yeah.
But like, I mean, for a first,
for a
it's
first
way
song,
better than my
man,
first song.
Everybody has to have a first song, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and I'm just glad you haven't taken it down, that it's still up there.
why? I mean,
2018, you know what I mean?
that's like, I've thought about it, and that's the same way with like social media or whatever. Like, there's so many old videos that are probably terrible with me. Like, if you look way back at my Instagram, but it's like the progression is what's cool, right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So let's talk about that a little bit. Like this new record you put out, man, that's awesome.
I appreciate it, man. It's been a crazy experience.
What is
to
the
make
EP called?
The EP is just Reid Haughton.
Okay,
I think I'm going to title the record something. I'm not for sure, but yeah, we just recorded like a back half. So I think I want to title that one something, which I know is kind of opposite.
So you were living in Auburn. Were your parents like stay here first? I mean, finish college first, and then you can move to Nashville? Because I know you were coming up to Nashville, and like, were you like interning in River House, or how does that work?
So I spent the 2020 summer here.
Yeah,
I was like an intern. But really, like, they taught me how to put songs on the computer for like one day, and then they just booked me rights. Yeah, but a lot of it was on Zoom. Yeah, which is weird. Because like I'll still have a write with somebody every now and then, and I'm like, we wrote on Zoom, but neither one of us remember it, or maybe I do. Yeah. So that's how I like got involved with River House, is doing that, and I guess I guess they were just kind of like seeing how I was going to react to like being in some of these rooms. Yeah, how you were going to. And I guess it didn't go too bad. I remember one of the first rooms I got in was with like, this is like week 1 of being here. Yeah, Zed, my manager, for anyone who doesn't know, sends me to write with Drew Parker and Ray Fulcher at Ray's house. Oh, wow. And like, dude, like looking back on it, like I want to fight him over that still. I mean, and I love Drew and Ray are obviously good friends of mine now. And thank God they're nice guys, because they should have just been like, get out of here after 5 minutes. You know? Like the best thing that I could think of was something they would never say. You know? Yeah. Which is funny, but
do you remember what it was like pulling up to his house that day? Were you like, fuck?
Oh, dude, yeah, the whole every day of that summer.
You thought about that day?
Really until about a year ago, I felt like that up here, you know. And I'll still have days where I feel like that, but I remember pulling up and being like, "Whoa." Yeah. And like the plaques on the walls and just. Well, and like he had written
you told all your friends about it, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
It's cool, you know. But you really felt like an idiot.
And he had written all the Luke Combs stuff, which is like,
I mean, at that point, he probably had 5 number 1s or 6.
Well, and the Luke Combs stuff was like largely what got me into like country songwriting, whatever. Like I remember talking about writing "Make You Mine." I remember looking at like a chord chart for "She Got the Best of Me." Yeah, and I was like, virtually rearranging chords. Yeah. You know, like that's how I like figured out how to write the first couple songs, was because of those songs, like Hurricane and She Got the Best of Me, because I mean, like,
that was like, I guess
seeing what he was doing.
Like when Luke like came on the scene, and I don't mean like country radio scene. I mean like the scene of like the club scene, you know what I mean? Of like, we have 65 South and things like Peachtree, and like that. I feel like as an artist from Alabama, those are the things that you watch. You engage in all those socials, like and it was Riley Green, Muscadine Bloodline, a little bit of Murphy Elmore, and Luke Combs. Yeah. Like that was like
an era.
It was an era, dude. It was,
I mean, not that it's definitely existing still, but like. That was like I remember being like, I can figure out how to do what those guys are doing.
Yeah, I used to follow all their Instagrams all the time just to see what they were fucking drinking at Losers or like whatever, you know what I mean? I was like, God, those guys, like I watched those guys more than I watched like, the Aldines or
Yeah.
like whatever.
Oh, me
like,
too, by
like
a
their
lot.
lifestyle and everything that they like, you know, were doing
Because
was
it felt
so
like
cool
they were
to
like
me.
us, kind of,
Yeah.
you know?
It was
Like,
so
They were
obtainable.
they were just like the next level up,
Right.
You know, and it's like, I was working out at Planet Fitness in Birmingham, and Muscadine was doing a show with Luke Combs at Iron City, and I was just working out one day, and I saw Gary, and then I saw Luke Combs in Planet Fitness in fucking Irondale.
hell yeah.
So I talked to Luke Combs for a minute, and we were both talking about how we're like just genetically fat and all this stuff. And then this is the only time I've ever met Luke.
That's awesome.
But then a few months later, I was still working at Bradford, and I was driving the church van taking patients to meetings, and Hurricane was on the radio. Whoa. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Well, dude, oddly enough, I was at a high school. This would have been my junior or senior year of high school, and I was in a hotel in Auburn.
Yeah.
And I looked out the window, and it said Luke Combs on Bourbon Street sign.
Oh, wow.
And I remember it plain as day. I was sitting in the hotel by myself, and I look up Spotify, look up Luke Combs. Only 2 songs on there. She Got the Best of Me and Hurricane.
Yeah.
And I played them both back to back, and my jaw was just on the floor. Like, I was like, and I had never like had that feeling before of like, I just heard somebody before they're going to be like a global success, you know?
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, I just knew, I was like, I've never heard anything like that, you
Yeah.
know? But it blew my mind. And he was playing at Bourbon Street, which was like super crazy full circle thing that like those songs inspired me so much. And then Bourbon Street is like completely where I cut my teeth at of playing shows.
Yeah.
Like, you know, playing bar gigs.
Yeah, every time I played Bourbon Street, I knew that I would run into you, Clay, Mitch, or Ella. You know
It was
what
the
I mean?
spot,
It was
man.
it was
Like,
the spot.
Bourbon Street did so much good
But
for
like
us.
for musicians, Bourbon Street was like our home. But for everybody else in Auburn, it was the freshman bar.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's like you would play a gig there, and you would maybe have like, you know, like 100 or like maybe 60 people in the room downstairs, but then everybody was upstairs.
Just
It's
hard,
so
just
crazy, dude.
fist
You
bumping.
could feel the bass while you were like playing a song. Yeah.
Dude, it really was underrated at Auburn.
And in
'Cause,
between
there were
songs, you could
many
hear it
famous
going on.
people.
Yeah, between songs. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
It's like
I saw Whiskey Myers play there.
Yeah.
Mike
I
Ryan.
saw Coe play there.
Riley. Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Riley did acoustic thing there. You remember that? He did like 3 nights in a row.
Yeah, I mean, some epic shows there. But that place did so much good. Ryan Knoll is a good dude.
Yeah, he
I
is.
hope he's doing
awesome.
well.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I think he switched it up. I think he's not even in the.
He's doing construction or something. I
Yeah,
think.
something like that.
Good for him.
Something.
He's the man.
Yeah.
Freddie's doing well recently though.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
What was your
So-
first show in college? Like first
Oh, that's a funny story. So
Did you ever play at Fat Daddy's?
no. I mean, but I've been
Clay
there a
did.
couple
Oh,
times.
you missed out, dude.
I've been there a couple times. But anyways,
Those are good
I had this plan where I was, you know, Live Oak, the restaurant down there. I was like, I had this plan in my head where I was like, I'm just going to go down there and be like, yo, can I play here on Thursday night for 2 hours for free?
Yeah.
You know, like maybe for tips, or if that's not cool with y'all, I'll just play for nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I was going to do that the next week, and we're hanging out at Bourbon Street on like a Thursday night.
Yeah.
And my friend who had been a bouncer there, like an older guy I knew, came up to me and was like, hey, the owner wants to see you. And I was like, absolutely not. I was about to run off the back of the porch.
Yeah, you're
I was
underage, drinking.
Yeah. It was late. Nothing good.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, dude, like it's chill. Like he don't care what you're
You
doing.
go up there in that tiny office, there's just money laying around.
I go up there in
everywhere.
the tiny
yeah.
office, money's everywhere. And Ryan's like, he like turns around in his chair, and I'm like nervous. I'm like, what is this guy? I think it's the setup still. I'm like, this guy, what's going on here? And he's like, hey, saw some videos of you playing. He's like, you want to play here on Wednesday?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, for sure. Thinking to myself, like, dude, I only really know probably 15 songs, like really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, see you on Wednesday. I'm like, how long? And he's like, whatever, 9 to 1 or something,
Yeah.
insane set
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So I go home to my apartment and just, you know, halfway learn as many songs as I can
can,
pick
yeah.
up, you know.
Got the iPhone holder.
Yeah, got the iPad.
That's
man.
iPad.
Oh yeah, but this is pre-iPhone holder, you know. So which that's hilarious too. I remember Lane Flournoy saying like, "You got to quit that shit." Which that's
hell,
hilarious.
I did it right up until I did that shit for a while.
Yeah, well, with the covers, man. If it's not your song, like whatever.
Dude, Ella had the iPad too. I remember telling her, I was like, "You got to stop bringing that."
Everybody got to go through it. But anyway, so I show up on this Wednesday gig, solo acoustic, with my big ass iPad to play this cover gig, and like 150 of my friends show up.
Yeah. Were you in a frat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was a KA at Auburn. And thankfully, like, that was a big factor with me getting here, you know, is that for whatever reason, those guys didn't think I was stupid, which could, even though I was in the fraternity, it very well could have been like, they were like, okay, this kid's weird as hell, you know?
Yeah.
But they were all super supportive, and like a million people showed up at Bourbon. And then Ryan was like, you know, he probably made a kill.
Yeah, he
probably made $10,000.
Best night they had.
And I got, you know, a few $100, whatever, which I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's
you get
amazing.
paid to do this?
Yeah.
So I kept doing it. I was, you know, I was playing probably at least once a month.
Yeah.
And then started putting the band together with a guy who lived above me in my apartment.
Who's that?
George Norell, in which you've met George back then or whatever. They play in a band called The Talisman.
Oh, yeah.
They're in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those guys, like The Talisman was my band for a minute, and then they picked up steam and started playing a bunch of college shows too. So we're like,
You had the guy from.
But then you got another band.
The guy from the music store.
Kind of help you put a band
yeah.
together?
So
that
then,
band was badass.
Well, then Matt Alamany put my
that's
band
him.
together, which has been my band for, you know, up until now, pretty much. Matt put together him and Tyler Wallace was playing drums, and Jordan Walker plays bass still.
Yeah.
But you know, Matt's had kids, and Tyler is off the road now. But they're great, man. Those guys crush, and those guys played with me all the way through, like the first year of being here. Like we played those shows at Dwight Yoakam and all that.
I heard being on the Dwight Yoakam tour can be kind of wild.
Man, that's what everybody told us, but we had a great experience.
I had a great experience.
And
That's good.
I feel like those are some of the most beneficial shows that we've played so far. For whatever reason, that older crowd was eating it up.
Yeah.
Nice. They listen.
Yeah, they listen, man. It's cool. You know, you're not going to get them going absolutely insane. They're going to sit down for a lot of the show.
Yeah.
But they're listening.
Let's talk more about your the project that you just put out. You know, we were talking about, you know, your progression and everything, you know, how you left some of those old songs out, because the new music is definitely different, but it's different. And it's like, to me, I call it grown man music.
Yeah, you've said that, and I think that's like one of the best compliments I've gotten over it.
I mean, it is, dude. It's not, you know, I don't know. It's just different. Like when I first heard the demo of Day You Don't, when I was, you know, you wrote that with Joy Beth, right? Yeah. Joy Beth was my old roommate, and Rivers, right?
And Ben Foster.
And Ben Foster. And I mean,
absolute GOAT
Rivers.
crew.
Rivers is just awesome, dude.
It's insane.
I mean, all those
He's a movie character, man.
Gary Allen songs that he wrote.
Rivers is a movie character.
What other songs did he write that were...
Dude, he wrote like Ain't Nothing About You.
Ain't Nothing About You.
I mean, God.
Yeah. I mean, he's unreal.
Good Lord.
But when I listened to the original work tape, I was like, or work tape or demo y'all did, I was like, oh man, this is gonna be like super, like the way that y'all produced it was not the way that I was hearing it in my mind, and I was like, wow, this is like fresh and like really good. And Day You Don't's like obviously my favorite song on the project,
Dude,
but the
me
whole
too.
thing's great. But it's
I think
awesome.
Day You Don't's my favorite too,
Yeah,
which is
She
like
is the best.
She is good too.
Day You Don't like set the tone for the thing. So like Day You Don't and Cut Me Loose were written like right around the same time. And I've been searching for this thing.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, as we all are. Well, you know,
Like
I'm still searching.
Like it sounds like to me that like you went back and you listened to like the music that made you, you know, that you like the Southern rock thing. You went and your whatever influenced you.
Well, I'll
like
tell you what happened.
I want to know what
good.
happened.
This is
because like,
good.
Not that your music before wasn't good, but it like
This feels more real.
Yeah, this feels real. This feels like something you can really like grasp onto and like really grow. You know.
Yeah. So the story goes, I had been on the road with Reid Southall.
Oh, nice.
And we just played like 2 shows together.
Yeah.
Which I still haven't told them this, but I want to tell them this. I'm playing a show with them later this summer, and I'm going to tell them. And I was watching them for that weekend, and I was like, dude, these guys are going out here and doing exactly what they want to do.
Yeah.
And not caring about what anyone else on the planet thinks. And the fans are eating it up. I mean, I think one of the nights we played, like, they didn't even play like whatever their big smash is.
Why?
Yeah, they didn't even play it. And I was like, they were playing their new record. I was like, man, it was just awesome. Like, I was like, this is such an eye-opening experience. I'd never like opened for somebody like that. So I was thinking about that. That was like just messing me up for like weeks. I was like, man, that was crazy. Like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
So then I was out on the road with Aaron Watson, and I was in like Indiana at 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting out in my van. This is me solo acoustic. Caroline had flown up there and met me. So she's sitting in the van with me, and I was about to go. I mean, I'm probably 5 minutes until showtime. It's like 20 degrees. You know, that's like there's no green room situation. You know, whatever. Or we weren't getting to share one.
Yeah.
Whatever. I'm sitting there already like, this is day 3 of a 3-day run. I'm like, gosh, you know. And Caroline literally looks at me, like, we're listening to music, but I'm DJing. And she literally looks at me and goes, you know, you don't even play the kind of music you like. Huh. And I was like floored. Like, not like mad or anything. I was like, because it was true.
Yeah.
You know?
You're like, you're right.
I was like, you're right. I don't think I said it at the time. I think at the time I was like, what, you know?
Yeah.
Probably just whatever. But I was like, that's true. And I remember I walked to the stage like 2 minutes later, and for 45 minutes, all I was thinking about was, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know?
What am I doing?
Like, what am I doing? I don't even like the covers that I'm picking to play.
Yeah.
You know? And like,
you're playing like, what were you playing like?
I mean, I was playing my songs, you know, and like we still play some of those songs, but I'm saying it was like, I had not tapped into like who I wanted to be.
Yeah, and it's like you like those songs that you're playing, but you don't love them.
Yeah, I didn't love them. I didn't care to be playing those songs when I'm 40 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? So it just like that whole thing, and that mostly Caroline saying that to me, like it took somebody who I was really close to be like, yeah, like this stuff is good, but like, why don't you just do what you want?
Yeah.
You know? So it, you know, obviously it wasn't like I didn't come home and be like, okay, well, I'm just going to write what I want. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, I had to do a lot of
soul searching.
Yeah, man. Like, and I don't really know like what that process looked like. I just know that I turned off my cares about like what the result was. You know, I was just like, I'm just going to make something that I love and see what happens, you know?
Yeah.
And so that was kind of the thing with making the project, you know, I was like, let's find somebody.
Did you go back to Zeb and you were like, look, man, this is the realization I've had?
No, I just wrote the songs.
You just wrote the songs?
Yeah. I just wrote Day You Don't and Cut Me Loose. And then I was like, that's how you do it.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
you don't change the process. You just speak up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You run the ship,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And obviously every day isn't like that in the writer's room, but you know, I've started to be able to at least see what I want more, you know, and be able to voice it.
And then let's talk about working with your producer.
Yeah. So that was a whole nother thing, which me and Grant were just like spinning the Morgan Wade record over and over, like everybody else in town, I'm sure. And I think he was like, man, like what if Sadler produced your record?
Yeah.
Cause like that was right around the time that me and Grant were getting to the point where like River House was like, okay, what do y'all want to, you know, it's about time for y'all to start picking some producers and cutting some stuff. And Grant had already done this stuff with Singleton. And I was kind of like, I don't know. It's like in my head, I was like, and nothing against Singleton or any of those guys, but I was like, I kind of just want to do something like random.
Yeah.
I don't know why I had that urge, but Grant was like, what if Sadler did your thing? And we were kind of laughing. We were like, there's no way. Because, you know, in my mind still, even though I know Sadler now, it's like those guys you can't
like, that's Jason Isbell's guitar player.
Yeah, well, it's like you can't just get to those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like for whatever reason in my head, it's not true, but it feels like the Nashville guys are more accessible.
Exactly.
It's like, you can't get to those guys. I'm like walking past Lynn's office in River House, and she's like, hey, Reid, did you talk to Sadler? And I was like, what? I mean, I guess Grant had mentioned it to her. It's like, no, what do you think I just called him up?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, well, you know, well, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
2 weeks later, I was in his
because
basement.
she worked on that. She worked on the first Isabel record.
At 30 Tigers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2 weeks later, I was in his basement.
Yeah.
And I was playing him some songs. None of the songs we cut.
Yeah.
And he was like, these are cool, you know?
Yeah.
Like he liked it, but wasn't really like fired up about it. And I think we kind of left that day with like, send me some more songs.
Yeah.
Cause like, he's totally not interested in like just making a record to make a record.
Yeah.
You know? And he told me that straight up.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm only going to do this if I really want to do it.
Yeah.
So then I think that when those other songs popped up, Hey, You Don't Cut Me Loose, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. I
else
gotta
we
write
sent him.
something he's gonna fuck with.
Yeah, I think he was like, okay. But oddly enough, I thought that it was going to be like a song like Say Less or something that drew his attention, something really rocking.
Yeah.
What made him want to do the project was She Is.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Which is
Makes
crazy.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like,
Best song on
you know,
there.
it's opposite of what you would think. He's like the rock and roll guy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But that song's just like so honest and like your voice sounds really good on it.
well, I
You know what
appreciate
mean?
it. Yeah, I think, you know, he just liked it because it was real, you know?
Yeah.
But man, it's been so crazy. And like that's I'm such a nerd for that side of it, you know?
Yeah.
Like the studio stuff, just that whole process, the gear and whatever. So it's been super cool to watch them
I've
do
seen
their
him
thing.
in concert 6 times, but with Isabel.
I've seen him a few, but not that many.
That's a real rock and roll band right there. They're the real deal.
And you know, Jimbo played bass on the EP.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like I had, you know, part of the 400 unit.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
that's great.
But man,
So y'all are cutting a whole record. Y'all cut some what?
it's done.
Okay, so y'all cut some more songs.
We cut 9 more,
Oh, sweet.
which is crazy because
Yeah.
that means the record will be huge if everything goes.
Yeah.
Assuming it will. But yeah, 9 more, and I feel like we stretched it harder.
Yeah.
Like wherever we took this EP to,
Yeah.
we went about a whole nother level past that
How
one.
many cuts did Adam Hood get?
Just one.
Just one.
Yeah, but it could have been a couple.
I remember when I walked into River House one day, y'all wrote the what's the Honey song?
Man Made Money.
Man Made Money.
Oh, you were in there when we wrote it?
You were like, you had just left, and I was like, what's he doing here? It was like, he just wrote a banger with Adam Hood.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Dude, that was so fun. Like, you know, obviously me and you think the world of him. Like, he's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I listen to him all the time, even though I know him now.
Yeah.
Like, which
Yeah.
is hilarious to me.
What's your favorite Hood record?
Oh, dude. They're all so good, dude. Like, I don't even have a preference.
the one
This
with-
new one is so good.
Yeah, it is good.
But Way Too Long is so good.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to pick a song.
Yeah.
Gosh. Wrecks me.
What's the record with Downturn on it? The one before this last one?
what? Is it Welcome to the Big World?
No, it's
Or somewhere in between.
Yeah, somewhere in between. That's my favorite Adam Hood record. I wore that thing out when it came out.
Dude, I love like some of
silly.
his like kind of like deeper stuff. Like
Yeah.
I'm looking at this record. Like
what is what's
Locomotive
the
is so
1,000
good.
Or what is the song? Yo ha on the county road.
oh yeah.
Champagne.
Oh, and She Don't Love Me, man. That's probably my favorite Adam Hood song.
She Don't Love Me.
So good. But
Brent
anyways,
Cobb.
when we wrote that song, I walk in there, whatever, and I had the title, and he starts doing this thing, you know, whatever. We're writing the song, but he starts writing it like way more down the like not his thing, and like you know maybe smart to do. And I can't remember what I said to him, but I was like, why don't we do it like more like this? And I literally thought to myself, like, play it exactly how he would play it.
Yeah.
And I just like swung it really hard,
Yeah.
playing it like him. And he literally just looks at me and goes, well, we can do that.
Yeah.
And so like I was trying to make him write an Adam Hood song,
Yeah.
basically, just because I knew if it was something that sounded like him, I was definitely going to love it.
Yeah.
So that's how it shook out. But man, that was our first write.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Just you and him.
Yeah, just me and him.
That's
And we've
great.
done a couple, I don't know maybe add anyone, you know,
Yeah.
unless something random pops up. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like our 50/50s have been like really
Yeah.
nice.
It's
It's just so easy to talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah. It's pretty cool when you like write with one of your heroes, and then
it goes good, and they're cool.
Yeah.
And then he came and sang.
Because I've written with one of my heroes, or some of my heroes before, and it went really bad. And then it's like you feel like, you know, you don't even live here, and you just went to Ray Fulcher's house. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're like, damn, that guy probably hates me, but I'll just keep listening to his music. You know, like Eric Dillon. That's one I did. I loved his music. Yeah, I wrote with him. It was just really bad. That's
funny, man. I saw him the other day.
I just didn't say much. You know, it was bad. I think it was on Zoom.
Yeah, I hate a day in the writer's room where like I just don't have much just contribute. Like, maybe it's the subject matter. Maybe I'm just distracted or whatever. But when but getting up and being like, yo guys, like I'm like would make you look like an ass. You know, if you were like, y'all just take the right, like don't put me on it, like or whatever. Not that I mean that's like 1 in a million days.
Yeah,
but
I think
it's
my
still,
biggest thing now is like I try to focus on as a songwriter is like even if I'm not crushing it or like it's taking some time, I'm just like, look, dude, this is your job. Like, if it takes 4 hours today, it takes 4 hours today. You know what I mean? Just
whenever
if I ever turn the notifications off and just go.
Yeah, sometimes I'll catch myself looking at the clock at like 3.
Yeah,
I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
Like my first thought is, oh my God, it's 3. Like I'm ready to get out of here. And the second thought is like, everybody else in the world is working like 2 or 3 more hours.
Yeah, and it's like my thing too as being an artist. Like today, I was writing with a guy that I'd never written with before, and we started on this song, and like we got hung up in the chorus. I was like, man, I think we should chase something else. Like, because thinking to myself, I was like, I'm never gonna sing this song. It's just gonna be in the pile. Like, I want to write something that I would probably fucking sing one day. And
there's no use in even finishing something.
I just nitpicked it when we got it right. You know, it took longer than I would ideally want to, but I don't give a shit. You know what I mean? I left there feeling good about myself.
Better than you would have the other way.
Yeah. I can go to sleep tonight. But anyways, I gotta piss real quick, and then let's do some segments. Sound good?
Yeah.
I just love that all of Alex's rocks are just in the bathroom.
Yeah,
is Alex a rock guy?
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah, he gets these rocks. I got him one that looked like a
we pick up rocks and we put them in each other's bags. And be like,
do you remember that one we put in there that one day that was like massive? And he was like walking around, he's like, God damn, my backpack's heavy. He finally got in there and looked. He's like, y'all did this?
We'll be on the road and we'll put bags in put rocks in people's bags, and then they get to the airport and they're like going through security.
Oh my God.
They're like, sir, there's a huge there's a huge center block in your suitcase.
There's a boulder in your bag, sir.
Exactly. That's hilarious.
We're ready to rock.
All right, so we have this new segment.
I have my segment that I can
this is
introduce.
Mitch's segment. Yeah, all right, do it.
Cool.
Heck yeah.
So we have a segment. I gave you a hint of this last night.
All right.
It's called Verse and a Chorus. So I'm going to give you this guitar.
Okay.
And you have to go in your phone and find an unreleased song and play us a verse and a chorus.
You probably already know it. You probably practice your songs all day.
Nah, but I'm going to play a song I wrote with Adam.
All right.
This is cool. Well, maybe not the song, but the story. Let me tell it first. So I wrote this song with Adam like when I got the ring.
Yeah.
And of course Caroline was like, excited that I wrote with Adam. She's like, how'd your write go? This is the second time we wrote.
Yeah.
And I had to just be like, oh, we didn't get anything.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I was like, yeah, like we just busted. But we wrote this song and I haven't played it to her. I've showed her it and she bawled crying, but I haven't played it to her.
Do you want to do your mic for the guitar, Trey?
Oh, you haven't played it to her yet?
Not in person.
Oh yeah.
We'll be able to hear it.
Has she heard the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played her the work tip.
You need a pick, or you good? I think it's half step down if you need a capo.
You got a pick?
Yep.
It's got his face on it.
Stuck together.
It's that Trey Lewis special.
Yeah.
All right.
What's it called?
It's called Something You Don't Know.
Okay, cool.
I know something you don't know.
Okay, cool.
Dang, Mcilwain. You got a tuner? Let me tune this fast.
He plays drums.
Just rip it.
We'll be good. We don't need a tuner. It's close enough for rock and roll. Here we go. make you mine. Rival schools and county lines. You know when you know, they say. And we found each other just that way. Our glory days weren't long ago, but I bank on what the future holds. There's room, there's love to make and there's room to grow. There's still a card I haven't shown. You don't know where we're going, sometimes I don't have a clue. But it don't really matter as long as I'm with you. And baby, I've been working hard trying to make it so. But there's still one thing that you don't know.
Hell yeah.
Something like that.
Hell yeah.
Little mistake, but whatever.
Yeah, that's all good. First chorus.
Yeah, verse chorus, man. That's a cool segment.
Yeah.
What'd she do when she heard it the first time?
Oh, she bawled crying. I didn't think she was going to care that much either. And we were going to like brunch or something. And
Was it before you proposed?
No.
After,
no,
okay, cool.
After, yeah. She was like bawling. I was like, oh, sorry.
Oh,
I didn't think it was going to be that serious.
Whoops.
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, that's sick.
It's so funny. It's because like I wrote this song the other day, and it's like when I was writing it, I was pouring my heart out. I wrote it with Tranny and Jordan Walker, and I was.
Did you play last night?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
The 3 feet tall. I mean, when we were
So good.
when we were writing it, I mean, I was getting emotional during the write, but after that, I haven't really thought anything about it.
Yeah.
But it's like when I play it to other people or send it to people, they cry every time. You know what I mean? And it's like, I feel like as songwriters, like sometimes we write a song and of course it's kind of emotional while we're doing it. But then, after we play it a million times, it kind of loses.
Well, I think a lot of times for me personally, it's like I tune that shit out.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good to do that, but like,
Yeah.
I tune it out. But it's weird to me because like sometimes I'll be playing somebody else's song and like mostly this happens to me like at my house, and like I'll get to a line that I can't sing it.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why. Like it'll just get me. Like it'll just hit me hard,
Yeah.
And I just can't. I literally will just skip the line.
Damn.
I don't know why,
Yeah.
but like I don't. That's how it gets me sometimes.
Yeah.
But I think
That's all.
I tune a lot of that emotion out when I'm at least singing my own songs. I try not
Yeah.
to think about like the weight of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So I was supposed to ask you about your family life. Apparently you have an adopted sister. What's the
I do.
story there?
That is Reid Haughton. She's from China.
Oh, nice.
Which it's a crazy story. So my parents, I guess, didn't think that they were going to have another kid after me for a while. So like when I was in kindergarten or first grade ish, they like decided they were going to adopt. Mm-hmm. My mom just like, felt like that's what she was called to do. Yeah. And also couldn't have another kid, want another kid. And so they applied for adoption, and, it's not supposed to take like forever.
Yeah.
It's supposed to take like maybe, I don't know what the normal wait time is, a couple of years.
Really?
But
a couple of years?
Maybe even shorter than that. But our situation in typical Haughton fashion, we like to laugh, is it took till I was in 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I always thought it was something you could just do in like a week, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was so easy.
Well, because it seems like it should be, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people are crazy, I guess, so you never know what people's intentions are. But like, so for whatever, 7 years, people were coming to our house once every few months and asking me if my parents were crazy or what, so that's like a huge like turmoil on my mom too, and dad, I guess, for like, what's going on here.
Yeah.
Did you understand as a kid, or were you just kind of like,
man.
I guess they're normal.
No, yeah. I mean,
Still
like,
normal.
Still normal.
Boo's a little crazy, but I guess they're normal.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, my mom's gonna watch this. Anyways, so when we get like, you know, sort of word, I guess, and I'm sure I'm telling this half wrong, that like we're gonna be able to get May. My parents get pregnant with Claudia, who's my biological sister.
Yeah.
So anyway, like in real time, like they have Claudia, and then like, I don't know, months later, maybe, I don't know the timeline exactly, maybe 8 months later or something, they go and get May.
So like my thing is they're trying to adopt May. Is May the same kid from the day one
No.
they're trying to adopt, or they just like
So thank God you don't get a
Okay.
picture on the first day,
Yeah.
because imagine how
Yeah.
terrible that would be.
Yeah.
But no, so it was actually, so a lot of things like messed up the timeline. Like the Beijing Olympics happened.
Yeah.
I don't know the other things, but like it shouldn't have been that long. Like
Yeah.
that was like unheard of.
Yeah.
So that was just a complete fiasco in that regard. But it finally all worked out, and you know, they had to go over there for 2 weeks. So this is like, I'm in 8th grade.
Yeah.
I should have went. I really regret not going, kind of.
Yeah.
But it was like during basketball season or something, and I was like, I'm
Yeah.
staying.
Yeah.
But so yeah, but they had to, at some time during this process, they switched from getting a kid with no health issues to like special needs is what they call it over there. But like special needs in their country is like you might have a cleft lip,
Yeah.
and they'll say that you're special needs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if that's it's hard for their doctors to do those surgeries.
Yeah.
Or, anyways, over here it's like stuff that you just go to Vanderbilt and get it
common.
fixed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? May had a heart thing. She had like a something like a little hole in her heart. Basically, is the dumb way to say it.
Yeah.
But so we got her, and they thought that they could just go in through her leg.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works, and fix it. Whatever. Turns out she has to have open heart surgery.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is scary.
That's when she gets here.
Yeah, but she was 5.
Yeah,
I
oh,
think.
wow. Yeah.
And we got her when she was a baby. So
Yeah.
she was like 5 years old when she had to have this surgery. So she was like a full functioning kid.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna put you in this table and they're gonna cut your chest open.
Yeah.
So they went and fixed it. But that freaked everyone out for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. So they're both 12 now. They're 6
Yeah.
months apart.
Oh wow.
And man, I definitely wouldn't be the same.
Yeah.
Because it's been really crazy for my life, because I was 12 when Claudia was born.
Yeah.
So I've, in a way, been like a bit of a third parent.
Yeah.
And like, I guess also learned how to do a lot of things early because my mom was busy.
Yeah.
When I was like, I guess I was 14. I was playing middle school football. My dad came home from his plant with the most beater of a stick shift
Yeah.
Toyota you've ever seen. Like, so old. He's like, this is what you're driving to football workouts this summer. Like, your mom's got stuff to do, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be at work.
Oh wow.
Hell
And
yeah.
so I was like 14, ripping
Yeah.
a little stick shift to football practice.
That's awesome.
The coach was like, dude, you can't tell anybody you're doing that,
You're not allowed
You
to
told
tell
everybody, didn't
Oh
you?
yeah, so you want to go to the pool after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, but it's wild. And I mean, also just how much that has like changed a lot of my perspective for the better on,
I mean,
being around different kinds of people than
Yeah. Yeah, like I guess like
you see the world from a different point of view.
like being from a small town, like in Alabama, we can cut this out if we need to, but like the whole racism thing, I mean, it's a big
Yeah.
thing, and like people say
It's
crazy
a thing, man.
crazy shit,
Like, I was I was with my dad and we picked her up picked May up from a dance the other day.
Yeah.
And like, luckily she's funny, which I mean,
Yeah.
who knows how much she's not telling us what she really
Yeah.
thinks. But she was laughing. She was like, yeah, this guy came up to me and said, he don't like me because I'm Asian or something.
Yeah.
And she was laughing and she was like, but he's ugly or whatever she said. But it's like, man, like
that makes you want to just go punch that kid right in the face.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's also like, well, why did he say that?
Yeah.
He's a kid.
Yeah.
He heard his dad say that or something.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Well, I'll say all that to say, like, you see everything from a little bit of a different point of view.
Yeah.
Like, once someone really close to you is not a white person that looks exactly like you, and you know she's growing up in a town that I grew up in, which is like, you might see
the country.
You might see somebody who's half black, half white, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Good bit of Hispanics.
Yeah.
But people treat them the same kind of.
Yeah.
You know, it's I don't know, man. It's that's a thing. But I'm thankful for the perspective it's given me. I feel like it's made me a better person.
Yeah, for sure. I remember the first time I ever came to Nashville, I was like, it was a huge culture shock for me, even though this is like technically the South, but like there's all different kind of walks of life here. You know?
Yeah.
And, you know, it really changed my mind about a lot of stuff.
And it's also really interesting because she's not like girls who grow up in Haleville.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about playing softball and being a cheerleader. Like, she builds these crazy complex houses on her iPad and can make dresses out of tinfoil.
That's awesome.
Like she's like crazy artistic, which is super cool. And because like she really embraces that. And I feel like growing up, I really didn't give a shit about sports either, but I like had to fake it. Yeah. And I wish I would have just been more like her.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because she just owns it, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool.
But yeah, she's definitely herself because she will do crazy stuff. Like she'll go up to the fridge.
Yeah.
Which I haven't seen her do this in a while, but she'll go up to the fridge and she'll get an egg and poke a hole in the top of it. And
oh no!
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
Like
that's
what do they call it? It's like nature over nurture or whatever.
Yeah.
Like she definitely has a lot of like funny traits in her blood, which is really cool to watch.
Yeah,
it'd be cool to watch like Claudia grow up with her too, and like
that's an interesting dynamic too because
she doesn't know any different.
As much as Claudia like bangs her around the hallways upstairs, she'll be the first one to kick someone's ass. Yeah, if somebody said something to her, you know, which is really cool.
Yep. All right, we got another segment coming up here.
Let's do it.
This is where I'm gonna play like the first few seconds of a song. You gotta guess what song it is.
Oh, cool.
I gotta connect.
What genre?
Everything.
I just picked a few. I think you'll get them.
Powered by Turtle Box.
Powered by Turtle Box.
Dude, I like those. I want one.
To their set sick.
We still have 0 sponsors, but Turtle Box did hook us up with some free speakers. So.
Hell yeah.
They're waterproof. They're
waterproof. Have you seen the video where you stick it all the way under the water?
To their set sick.
I like them. Well, they open up, right? It's like
no, that's it. This is 6x9. Sounds great though.
So you're only gonna get a couple seconds of the song. You have to guess what it is.
All right, lay it on me.
All right, let me see.
I always take one ear off for this.
I made your playlist here. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all you get.
Well, I walked into this room, if you could call it that, a week ago. I never do what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
Alabama Pines.
Yeah. Jason Isabel.
I had no idea.
All right, we'll see.
It took me for a second. I was like, that's a Stapleton song.
You might not get this one, but you might. I don't know. I think you would know the song.
Oh, yeah. That's Leonard Skinner.
Yeah.
Poison Whiskey.
No, give me back my bullets.
Give me back my bullets.
Yeah, but it was. You still knew what it was.
That's the first song I ever remember hearing in my life is Swamp Music.
Yeah. All right.
James Taylor.
Yeah.
Fire and Rain.
Yeah. You got it.
Dude, I was thinking about that song the other day. I saw it.
I found your personal profile on Spotify. I was looking at what all you were listening to, and that's how
there's probably crazy stuff.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Man, James Taylor, goodness.
But anyways, you were thinking about that song.
Yeah, he's so good, man. I saw where he was. I think Sheryl Crow was opening for him wherever they were playing a show, and I was just looking at their stage setup. Like he's sitting down on a stool out there, just in the middle, and just has them like captivated, man.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that like Fire and Rain was about like his like father or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that James Taylor had a crazy life
I
until
didn't know
recently.
that either.
I don't know the details because I just heard about it. Like this was maybe like a week or two ago. But like, I think he had like a crazy alcoholic father. And like that's what like Fire and Rain is about. I could be wrong. Somebody will tell us. But
that's a great song.
I want to look up his story because, man, he's so good.
Yeah, I wish they would do more like, you know how Jelly Roll had the documentary.
Yeah.
And like Luke Bryan had the one. Have you watched the Luke Bryan one? It's so good, dude.
That like made people think about him a lot different.
It made me a huge fan again. I was like, hell yeah, I'm in.
Have you watched the Jelly Roll one?
Maybe you've seen bits of it.
You need to watch the whole thing tonight.
What's it on?
It's on Hulu. It's great.
What's it called?
Somebody Save Me, I guess.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah, it's
brand new.
It's
oh my
awesome.
3
gosh,
weeks
I'm
ago,
definitely
maybe?
gonna go watch
Yeah,
that.
Dude,
great.
it's so good.
Man,
good.
I love Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like listen to his music all the time, but I love who he is.
Yeah, it'll make you love him more. It'll even tear you up a
His
little
new
bit.
record's really great. It's like a concept record. I think.
love that. I was listening to him
That's
talk about
kinda-
it on Rogan, and that seemed so cool.
He said basically the same thing you said. He was like, "Oh shit, I'm doing what these artists do. They blow up and then they make the worst record of their lives. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I always do, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I heard him say that, and I was like, man, that takes some guts.
Yeah,
When you're on that level where it's like you could really do whatever you want and be pretty successful.
Yeah, people are listening.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, I'm going to take a big chance, and then it works.
yeah.
Respect.
Is that all the songs?
One more, or no, two more.
Yeah, there should be a good one in here somewhere.
Those are all great songs.
No, I mean, there's going to be a good one, though.
Oh my gosh, missing one.
We knew you would know that.
Oh
right
my
away. You used to
gosh.
play that song all the time, dude.
Dude, all the time.
You are the reason that I listened to that song. You did a cover of that when we were in Auburn, and I remember hearing it, and I was like, "Holy shit, dude! That Reid Haughton song's good." And because I didn't know country music,
Yeah.
And
I wish.
Clay was like, "Dude, you're an idiot. That's a Jameson Rogers song that Reid just sounds really good singing."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, I got to look it up then,
I'm saying,
dude."
Mitch, I gotta say, I thought the same thing. I played with Reid a couple of times, and I was like, what is this song?
Crushed that cover, dude.
Man.
Oh, McIlwain filled in with you on drums a couple of times.
Mcilwain played with me. We opened for Co Wetzel.
Yeah.
That was
Nice.
wild. Mcilwain, talking about songs that like it took me a minute to be able to actually sing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like because it was just too much.
Yeah.
To say.
Yeah. It's about your
So
fiance,
good,
right?
dude. Yeah. I feel like I was living that at the time.
Yeah. That's
That's
awesome.
probably why I was singing so hard.
That song's great, dude. I hate that it didn't like go straight to number one on radio. Sometimes I feel like songs are just too good for
Crushed
radio.
it, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a good
You know?
song.
Yeah.
So great. All right, last one. Here we go.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Let it play, man.
How you gonna let me go 5 for 5 of my own song?
Dude, I always play everybody's first song that they put out.
That's why I said there's a good one coming. It's always
I know just one day we're gonna have like a singer songwriter on here or something that like put out like maybe what if it was like Benji Davis and we played the Benji Davis project. You know he is in a band back in the day.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
played
yeah.
like college stuff, and they're gonna be like, "Fuck you," and walk out. Another one was Dane Smith used to work at Sony. Now he does his own thing.
Yeah, I was just talking to that guy the other day.
Yeah,
But I didn't. I just found out who he was.
yeah, he was in like some I can't remember the name of his like.
That's Jordan
He was
Smith's
in-
brother.
Yeah, he was in like a rock group or something.
No way.
And Jake Rose told me about it, and I sent it to him one day. He was like, "I fucking hate you."
That is awesome. I feel like everybody in this town has one thing that they hope nobody ever
Ever
hears.
sees?
Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree with that. It's funny.
What's your one song that you hope nobody ever hears?
Oh, I mean, it's all on there.
It's a music video.
Oh, it's a music video. Breathless. It's terrible.
It's great, dude.
I do remember when you had like a little goatee or something.
Oh man, it was brutal.
Like
See, the thing is I've been
early Trey Lewis was really funny.
But dude,
man.
that was like right when I met probably when I met you is when I was doing all that. And back then, man, I thought I was top of the line. I thought I was the next biggest thing.
Well, I mean, bro, you kind of were. Like, I feel like then, like, there wasn't as many people trying to do music.
Yeah.
Like, you were, you were one of the few people who was actually playing shows.
You were like the biggest name on that benefit I did that year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I still had a lot of figuring out to do. And I mean, I still feel like, I do, in some sense.
We all will always feel like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that is like maybe how you're an artist.
Yeah, I feel like we all put more. I feel like we all put more into this than we'll ever get back. But like, as long as we're all right with that, then it's all good.
Certainly,
it's like
you got to be all right with that going in. Yeah. I feel like if you don't realize that real fast, it's never going to be good.
Yeah, and you can't let that kind of stuff like wear you down. You just got to, like I was telling, what's the guy we're writing with tomorrow? Christian Yancey.
Yeah.
He just put out a song and he's been putting out music for a while. But like, all I ever wanted to do after I started playing, I mean, when I first started playing music, I wanted to be the next Luke Bryan or Jason Aldean or Blake Shelton or whatever. And then I kind of like lost sight of that. And I was like, well, all I want to do is like make a living playing this thing. But like, my goal probably since I moved to Nashville was like, as long as I can be in a place where I can like create music, create content, that's all I want to do is be able to do that. And now I'm at that point where like, if I love a song, I can go to the studio the next day and record it and I can put it out, and if people like it, cool. And if people don't, I'll get them on the next one.
I think that's been my biggest personal battle over the last year or whatever, or moving to Nashville has been, and I've talked about this with a lot of people. I'm sure you feel the same way, but it's like the bar keeps moving, right? It's like you just want to learn how to play guitar.
Yeah.
Then you just want to get some shows.
Yeah.
And then you want to get some bigger shows.
Yeah.
And then you think you need to have a pub deal.
Yeah.
And then you get a pub deal and you think you need to be Luke Combs.
Yeah.
Or
then you get a pub deal and you wish you didn't have one. So
and I'm talking about myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like the bar keeps like with each step that you make it to, you think like that don't matter.
Yeah.
But it's like, and I just try to tell myself every day, like, you are quite literally living
the dream.
exactly what you prayed to do every day of your life growing up, like every day of my life from 7 till now.
Yeah.
The prayer has just been, just let me do it for a living, whatever that looks like. Just let that be my job.
I heard a statistic.
And one thing we didn't talk about, you got a Jake Owen cut. How did that feel?
Crazy. And it like just can't make any sense of it.
What's it called?
It's called Nothing.
Nothing, yeah.
And it doesn't say much. It's pretty much nothing.
Yeah, but you got Jake Owen.
Yeah, Jake Owen cut. It's really crazy. Yeah.
On a major label artist, Yeah.
Dude,
that record is banging. Yeah. It's so good.
I love Jake
And
Owen.
you got a cut on it.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Hopefully I'll
You get to meet him or what?
No, but I DM'd him.
Yeah.
I was like, who cares what he thinks, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's very nice guy. I said, yo, I know like you don't know me, but I just want to tell you that you gave me my first cut and I've been a fan for a long time. Just want to say I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And he was like, no way, man. He was like, that's awesome. He was like, let's link up or what? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
But man, he seems like a really nice guy. I want to play golf with him. That's what I'm trying to do. Because he played golf at Florida State.
Yeah.
I want to tee it up with him. But
yeah, when I put out Dick Down in Dallas, Ernest sent me a DM. Was like, the world's a better place now that you put this song out. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, that's the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, that's really wild. Like, I can't believe it happened that quick. Which, I mean, I know like the whole songwriting game is like really luck when it all boils down to it, But it's like it happened pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple of my songs that I like wasn't going to cut, like pitched to artists, and like, the producer liked them, but maybe the artist didn't, or the artist did and then the label didn't. But to me, that's fucking cool. You know what I mean? Just even that.
Oh,
in
bro,
itself,
I still get pumped
it
up
ain't
for a
paying
hold.
the bills, but it's still cool. You know what I mean?
I'll be getting pumped up for a hold forever.
Yeah,
Like, I got a Jameson hold, which he's not going to cut the song. or at least I don't think he's going to cut the song. If you're watching this, cut the damn song. Yeah. But he's not going to cut it. But I was like, man, that's awesome. I've been a fan of him
just
for so
to
long.
even be considered.
Yeah. Well, I mean, especially when we know how many good songs are.
Yeah.
I mean, there were probably 50 songs written today that they could have cut.
And that's like the thing we're talking about. It's like, we're in the fight, dude. Like people back home, they think we've made it. You know what I mean? Your frat bros, dude, they're so proud of you.
Well, dude, like, and as weird as it is to say, it's like we have. Somebody pays us to do this.
Yeah, every time Nashville gets brought up, or like an art, like your friends are at a restaurant and there's some guy playing an acoustic gig in there. They're like, "Hey, have you ever heard of like Reid Haughton or Trey Lewis? That's my boy right there." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're flexing.
That's their flex.
It's cool. Man. It's pretty cool. Like my best friend for back home, Frankie, he'll call me. He'll be like, "Man, I was at so-and-so concert last night, and these people like 2 rows up were just going on and on about you, just talking about you and your music." And he was like, and I just didn't even say anything. I just kept my mouth shut, or he'll be like, and I told him I grew up with you. I showed him pictures of us little kids together, and I'll be like, "Man, that's cool as hell, Yeah. But I feel like, being in the grind of songwriting every day, and trying to get that next thing, you always kind of like lose sight of that. You know what I mean? You're like, well, what's the next thing? That doesn't matter.
And like sometimes it doesn't feel real. Yeah. Like I was talking to Reid Fulcher about this. He was saying it's like imposter syndrome. You know, it's like you're like, what am I doing? It's like, no, dude, you're a songwriter. Like you know how to do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. Like don't question like what is going on here, like they expect me to write a song or whatever the situation is. Like you can do it. Like you got here because you can. Yeah. But I have to remind myself that sometimes because I'm like,
every day for me, man, I get imposter syndrome every time.
Well, I'm sure and especially in your world, because it's like, you're seeing so many other people post crazy videos or whatever it is,
Well, it's just like, when, like one of the A-list celebrities or something, their management or something's like, "Hey, Mitch, I need you to shoot this." And you're like, "You want me to shoot it?" You're like,
"I have a buddy you should call." Yeah.
Like, me? You want me to go to that show?
Yeah.
Like, with 70,000 people, you want me? And I'm like, I don't know, guys.
It's hard to make much sense.
You guys got me confused. And then I turn it in and they're like, "This is awesome. You crushed it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Maybe I can do this.
Cool. Like, sweet.
I'm here. We're here now.
It's just crazy. I always have to remind myself where it started, and look back at like Trey. Trey, gave me the start and he, trusted me to be shitty for so long and like tell me if something's bad. So now I just always reflect on that.
Well, dude, it's so crazy to me. I was thinking on my drive over here about like our circle of people in Nashville, the people we know, it's like, if you'd told me at sitting in Bourbon Street at your benefit thing that like we were all going to be up here like really doing it, like not like clawing for anything to happen, like I don't know if I would have believed you, Yeah,
it's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
I still have a whole box full of shirts from that benefit in my garage, brand new.
That's crazy.
I couldn't even give them away back then, dude.
We'll sell them bitches now. Maybe they'll pay for this fucking podcast.
I just I could never see it this far. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I never got this far in my dreams. I was only made it to some
Bourbon
small
Street
shows. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. R.I.P. Bourbon Street, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I have a question. So you moved up here and you moved in with a guy from Texas.
Grant Gilbert.
Yeah. Grant is a character, dude.
Gregory Grant Gilbert.
So like what I want to hear some Grant stories. First of all, the things I know is that Grant calls salsa hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Grant calls salsa
and you call
hot
eggs
sauce.
Chicken.
No. Grant.
Cooking chicken.
Grant.
When you're scrambling eggs.
Okay, well.
So I want to hear the Grant stories, dude.
Me and Grant move into this place called the Cove.
Y'all even know each other that good?
No, never met.
Never even met.
I think we maybe met for a split second, like the weekend before we were moving in or something. Maybe we didn't meet at all. And we move into this place, sight unseen, at the Cove. Terrible.
Which is where Luke Combs used to live, right?
maybe Cole Taylor and
Yeah, I'm pretty
Sam
sure-
Hunt.
I'm
Like
pretty
all
sure they all
these
live
people
there.
live there. It's terrible. Which I mean, that shows you how long it's been around. It's like
In
that
Hermitage,
was their
baby.
first place they lived at. Or
Was that
whatever,
that right off the?
on the dam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we move in there. Grant moves in, which is just automatically hilarious because he like shows up with a bed and that's all.
Yeah. That's
You know.
some Trey Lewis shit right
Yeah,
there.
he's like, "You got plates?" I'm like, "Yeah." You know.
No car or anything.
Oh, he has a truck. He
didn't even have his truck here.
He
yet.
he drove his truck here. Yeah, not the
And it
not the
broke
first
down.
time. Yeah. But he eventually drove his truck here, which was hilarious because he was like sending me Snapchats of him driving across America.
Yeah.
You know?
And it broke down. He had to send it back home.
Yeah, he just had to ship it home. He's been driving his girlfriend's car. Which is also hilarious because he moves in and he's like, "Yeah, I've been dating this girl or whatever." I'm like, "What's her name?" He's like, "Caroline."
Yeah.
Like, this is hilarious. So, but then I come to find out that, you know, Grant is older than me. He's like 26, I think.
Oh, okay.
But like, this man don't know how to do a damn thing. Like, sorry, Grant. I'm about to call your ass out.
Like what?
I vividly remember him saying, "How do you turn the dishwasher on?"
This is what it's like living with Justin Holt.
Yeah, he was like, "How do you turn this on?" So he was like, genuinely, I wasn't even being rude. I literally said, "Okay, like, this is how you load it and this is how you turn it on."
Yeah.
Which he still puts the damn forks in upside down.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Come on, Grant.
Just weird
we gotta
stuff.
have Grant on now
on,
to defend
Grant.
himself.
Yeah, you got to have Grant on here to defend himself. But so we also had this Blackstone that I don't know where I got it from, whatever. But we just like cooked everything on that thing for probably like,
On your little bitty porch.
oh yeah, we were just standing out there just cooking every night. Like, and it's like a plastic roof above
Yeah,
it.
it's
and
like melting.
Yeah, you not supposed to have a grill. Like, we would get emails all the time saying nobody's supposed to have a grill.
Yeah.
you know?
Dude, the porch was like the size of this sofa, and Grant would be out there with Reid.
I know, I'd be like,
posting
"Get outta here."
stories.
Yeah, he would come out there and he would just take pictures of me in video or whatever, and then like I would like need something,
chicken.
and he would be like, "Oh, okay," and he's like editing his video while he's walking in there to get me the napkins or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, the best thing is when you scramble eggs, and he was like, Reid's out here cooking chickens.
Yeah,
Dude, that's not a chicken.
He started saying that, which was crazy, but he called, like we would go to Sacco, and he would say, "Can I get some hot sauce?" And they, you know, it throws him for a loop. They bring him Cholula or whatever,
yeah.
and he's like, no, like hot sauce. Like, he would refuse to say salsa.
Yeah.
And finally I was like, bro,
Just say salsa, dude.
these people don't understand, and nobody's going to, if you don't say salsa.
Yeah.
This ain't in Texas no more. You know?
Dude, that shit's so funny. When y'all first moved here, man, we used to tear Cinco up,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think
the
that's
spot.
if you don't know what Cinco is, like,
Shout out Sacco.
Dude,
Yeah.
there was a time where I couldn't go to Cinco without knowing at least one or two people.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Chip guy there is my
Yeah,
favorite, dude.
Dude, he's
I
awesome.
think the guy that fist bumps
Amigo.
everybody.
yeah. Amigo. Ricardo is his name.
I like
think.
him. Yeah, I used to just
Damn, you know his name?
Yeah.
I used to go in there and just sit at the bar by myself.
Yeah.
If Grant, because like, you know, Grant, he would spend when he has back-to-back shows in Texas, he'll just stay in Texas because it don't make
Yeah,
sense to
yeah.
come back.
Yeah.
So he'd be gone for like long periods at a time. I would just go in there and sit at the Cinco bar and eat and
With
watch
Matt
TV.
McKinney.
Yeah, McKinney would be in there.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, Caroline has been living in the Nations area like since she moved here. So like we live so far apart. So like a lot of the time we wouldn't stay together, you know.
Yeah.
This is too far. But I would go post up at Cinco all the time.
That's awesome. Well, dude, thanks for coming on the podcast today. Where do these folks find you at on social media?
Y'all can find me at Reid Haughton Music on all the things, and at Haughton_Reid on Twitter because that's important.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't tweet much. Do you?
Yeah, I just read tweets.
Retweet.
I'm trying to tweet more, but
Yeah.
I don't even
I'm
get on it.
scared that people won't like my thoughts, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. Or you get canceled.
Yeah.
Can't do anything without
Who
getting canceled
knows?
these
Yeah,
days.
man. Like, I don't have
True.
any like really crazy opinion, but sometimes I want to respond, and I'm like, yeah, better not.
Yeah. When's
yeah.
the record coming out? Do you know yet?
I don't
Exact
know,
date.
man. End of the year, I guess.
End of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Well, let's put our records out on the same day.
Maybe we should
Just send River
send
House
them a
in
fat
a
bill.
whirlwind.
Yeah. But man, I'm excited for it to be out. It's been cool. Everything until now, you know, feels like it's been a long time and a very short time at the same time.
For sure.
Hey,
I'm excited.
for it.
It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait to listen to the whole
Any
thing.
special features coming on it?
Adam came and sang on Man Made Money. That's it so far, but we're trying for some other stuff.
Cool.
I really want, maybe I should say this to speak it into existence.
Yeah.
I really want 49 Winchester to sing on a song.
Oh, nice.
I have this song.
Is that a new? Are you listening to them pretty good bit right now? Yeah.
Tearing it up. But I wrote this song called Mendoza Line.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be awesome if 49 Winchester was on it.
49 Winchester, where you at? Where the fuck you
Where
at?
you at, 49 Winchester?
Yep. All right. Well, thank y'all for watching episode 42 of the DM Monday podcast. Please rate and subscribe. Watch us on YouTube. It's funny. It's fun.
Reid has to see me.
Reid has really good hair. And,
Sometimes.
I have none. So
Perfect combination.
yeah. Peace out. We'll see y'all next time.
Peace, y'all.
I was looking for, baby, even though I didn't know it at the time. Kinda wish you wouldn't have kept me waiting. Now I got you for the rest of my life. Worth the wait and all the heartache. Girl, your love ain't a minute too soon. The answer to the prayers that I prayed, it was always you. Can't say that it really makes sense. We're about as night and day as it gets. Like a missing piece, we just fit like your hand and mine does too. It was always you I was looking for, baby.